Hey guys, it's Faye. I'm just popping in here in the beginning to let you know about a little PSA. There was some echoing that happened during the recording of this episode, and while I tried to manage it and post as best as I can, it wasn't completely fixed. So we do hope that you still enjoy the episode with the echoing. We're a brand new podcast, and technical issues really are bound to come up, and we can just manage them as best as we can, and we can move forward for the next episode. We appreciate your constant support with the podcast. Thank you so much for listening and enjoy the episode.
We're tinted with that shit.
Tagging is going to be so difficult. Like, I'm thinking about like the optimization of our search engine, and it's like, fuck.
It's literally going to pull two different audiences.
Yes. They're going to come here. Conspiracy theorists are going to come here for you, and they're going to leave for Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. Get into it. A podcast about things you don't want to know, but will soon know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm your host, Tipsy. I almost said my real name for some reason.
I am your host that I'm going to dox myself.
Yeah, just a long beep. And I have my co-host here with me.
Hi guys, it's Febe Anime.
Oh, how's it going?
It's going good. Work is draining because they have me doing like finance shit, and I am no fun with numbers. I hate numbers so much.
Yeah, I don't think people are meant to do numerical things like that.
Yeah.
Like taxes and keeping.
Yeah, it's like I have
of...
to like ask people for money. I have to be like, you didn't pay us. Pay us. And it's like some of the stuff is like from a year plus ago, and then I'm calling them and they're just like, this was a year ago. And I'm like, I know it was a year ago. I'm sorry. I still have to call you.
I actually had like I had kind of the same job when I was working for this one company that I got let go from.
Mm-hmm.
Because the market for stay-at-home people is
oh yeah,
fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's like overinflated, and then they like cut everybody.
Yeah.
So I used to keep track of people with ankle monitors on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I would have to call them, and I was like, "Hey, you need to pay, or else."
Wait, you had to collect money from those people?
Yeah.
Did they have to pay for the ankle monitors?
Mm-hmm, they sure did.
Dude, that's kind of
crazy. To look at them all day.
Oh shit! So like, if you are on house arrest, you're paying for that house arrest.
It's very upsetting.
That is probably the most upsetting news I've ever heard.
Yeah, but I kind of did what you did.
Yeah, kind of, kind of.
I was just leaving with a daunting thing. It's like, okay, you don't want to pay now? All right.
Yeah, I have a whiteboard in my office, and I wrote on there. I said, "If you owe, you will hear from me." It's so lame and stupid, but I really like dove into my new role of just collecting money.
Oh, like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, it feels like that, especially when there's a person. So there was a woman who was trying to spin a story about how she thought she paid, and then she said she paid with a check, and then she told me about how much integrity she had and how like she will do some research with Wells Fargo. Mm-hmm. And I said that as a business of integrity, we just are trying to get it resolved. And my coworker is like, thought I mic dropped on that line where, I was just like, we are also a business and we have integrity and we collect money. So it's like, no matter what. But everyone's telling me that she's never going to pay. And I texted her because she told me to like text her. Like, this is how scammers work. Scammers who try to get away with stuff for free will do the most. She already had hit me. She already had hit me with the fact that like she was going to research Wells Fargo and stuff, and she was going to do all this other stuff. And I told her that I would personally work with her to like, if she could send me proof that she like submitted payment or, a credit card charge or something, because like we have proof of everything. Like we have notes of the installer, like from years and years ago. Like we have all of the notes. So it's not like she can lie because we have proof. And so I'm just like, I will gladly accept anything that you want to give me. Here's my work phone number. I'll text you. I texted her. She said, I'll research Wells Fargo. And then I haven't heard from her since.
I mean, I can't even lie. I've done the same exact like fucking lie.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, where'd the time go? Yikes. Uh-oh. Yee.
I might be evading my student loan bills right now.
Okay, you fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, I might be ignoring every single email that has come through and not even looking at the account because I don't want to pay back my student loans. Just a little teeny tiny bit.
Jesus, that's not the answer I expected to hear when I said, "How are you doing?"
Yeah, I'm having a day. But other than that, it's good. The new WoW expansion's coming out soon. And I'm about to dive into that. And Overwatch's new season dropped today, and new hero. So woo!
New hero, new season.
Yeah, Juno. Juno's a new support hero. She is like they call her a Martian.
Oh, she's the
yeah, she's the,
I
like,
know,
blue,
I know you're
pink
done.
hair one.
I've seen the videos.
And then
I've seen the.
Yeah, she's
I'm
cute.
up there. Yeah, she's
cute
cute as fuck, and she looks OP as hell too.
She's not too bad. I feel like she's balanced. That's just me, but who knows? Because I think she got some buffs and nerfs and stuff when she's released. So
really,
yeah, I haven't played her. So we'll see. But she's cool. She's available right away, which is nice. But yeah, so I got gaming in mind the next couple of like weeks.
I see. Same here because Fortnite just started.
Yeah, I heard the new season seems pretty awesome.
It's pretty fun. I like it a lot, even though like the War Machine stuff is a little overpowered. But
yeah, I feel like they always try to.
It's fun though. Like it's the beginning. That's what you expect to see.
Definitely.
So everybody just has their fun with it. And if you're like mad at it, then I mean, I don't know why you're playing the game.
Yeah, I feel like Fortnite tries so hard to like go really deep into like cars and mechs and all of these like fun stuff, and then you've got like the really tryhards that are like, oh, they should take those out of the game. Those are OP. And it's just like, you're playing fucking Fortnite, dude. Like
hey,
you're playing no build Fortnite. Like this is not what Fortnite was intended to be, and yet you're fucking upset. Like, come on.
Yeah. I also had like a weird day today.
Oh yeah?
Well. Yeah. I had to wake up at like 4 this morning.
What?
Yeah, and I had to drive out somewhere at like 5 and
oh my god.
Yeah, I've been going through it today.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Holy shit.
I went to Best Buy because I need a new computer because this one, I don't know what happened these last like 3 weeks, but like my computer crapped out on me, so all the scripts that I wrote, like I have to rewrite them all over again, including this one. But I think this one's better than the original, so that's fine. Like you were sick like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was fucking terrible because I was like, and like not even just like sick as in like, oh, my tummy hurts. It's like, no, you were like sick where you couldn't speak.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So it's like the worst things that were happening to stop us from making this podcast. So. Also, yeah, I got in a fucking car accident like 3 weeks ago. Where like my brain stopped working for like a day.
I got so tripped out from that because it was haunting.
Yeah.
You told me that you were thinking your luck was gonna run out with this job.
Yeah,
and
like
then
a
like
month
it was like 4 days later you got in a fucking bad car accident. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, he's clairvoyant. He can see the future. He sees everything.
I was like, my luck's running out. I don't know how long I can go without being like, critically damaged.
Yeah, and then you fucking get in a car accident and you're like in pain for 4 days.
Yeah.
And then you have to fucking watch Borderlands.
Yeah, and like also and the next day after like I got into the accident, like we were supposed to record, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make the recording. She's like, you're like, yeah, obviously.
I was like, so we're not recording, right? And you're like, there's no way I could sit in that chair. And I was like, I get that.
I'm getting Alzheimer's right now.
You're like, I'm actively in pain.
I'm trying for my life right now.
Yeah, I feel like we've both been hit with some discourse lately, but I think things are coming up. Although didn't get that job that I was interviewing for.
Fuck, dude.
So
no, it's all falling apart.
But I am very happy to have this podcast because if I didn't have this podcast, I think I would be more mentally damaged
if I
from
didn't have this
everything.
podcast, I don't know what I would do.
Right?
I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what I would do. That means you can't leave.
I'm not leaving. It's my house.
You cannot leave.
No, it's great. I think the worst is over. And I think once you've come to the terms of like you're just stuck where you are, the like clarity of just like, oh, okay, I'll just live life. We'll just keep moving. Mm-hmm. Just kind of like helps. But at the end of the day, it's like you get to work and you're like, fuck. Or like I bet with you, like you get into the van and you're just like, yeah,
I'm gonna fucking get killed today.
I cannot believe that was so wild to me though. Like, yeah, you literally were like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think I need to find another job. Like, I feel like my luck is gonna run out, and like I just can't. Like, and like it was the very next day you said you almost got in a car accident, and then it was like a day or two later you were like, yeah, I just got fucking rear-ended bad, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna die. He's like literally clairvoyant, and he's gonna die.
All right. So the topic that we got today, something that I'm really passionate about.
Hit me.
Yes. It is.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god. Ice cream's so good. We just go full like AI mode.
Gang.
What is it now? The galaxies? Everyone's like, oh my god, he gave a galaxy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, all right. Okay, topic.
Okay,
the topic.
Let's get back in. Just gotta lock in. Fucking lock in.
Lock in.
All right, today we are talking about terrorists, cults, and dictators.
Hell yeah.
Fashion. They be fucking dressing.
They be dressing. They're dressing to impress right now. Mm-hmm. Did you ever look that game up?
I don't have a good computer, as I mentioned earlier. I can't play it.
Yes, Dress to Impress. Side note, Dress to Impress, it's a Roblox game, and that's a very kid-friendly universe. But I'll just say a little tangent about Dress to Impress. It doesn't fucking matter what the theme is. As long as you dress really like supermodel-y and whatever, you're gonna get stars. I dress on theme and no one fucking votes for me. No one fucking votes for me.
Have you considered you don't have a good fashion sense?
No, I've considered the fact that I don't have VIP, and I think that's the main thing. And I tried to get my sister to pay for my VIP.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so this is what happens. I go, sister, how many Robux do you have? And she hit me with how much. And then because she just got a gift card, I was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, hey, you want to pay for VIP for me? And I was like joking. But she goes, monthly or all time. Like she just hits me with like monthly or permanent. And like straight dead face. And she's just like, fine. What do you want? Do you want monthly or do you want permanent? And I'm just
I thought if you just paid for VIP, it would have just been like permanent. That is insane that they have a subscription to it.
Yeah, apparently you can subscribe to it. Anyway, Dress to Impress, or the fashion made me think of the Dress to Impress game. But cult fashion is wild. Like that's not anything that I think I ever thought about in my life of like, oh, this was a cult. Like what type of clothes are they wearing?
Like, the first thing I thought of when I thought of cult fashion was, Dude, Where's My Car? The scene where they're like, Hail Zoltan.
Oh.
Where they're like, everyone's wearing those big bubble wrap suits.
Yes.
And they're like, Hail Zoltan.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I feel like it's that stoner humor, and I don't really find stoner humor very funny. But I watched it once because it was one of those, like, you kind of had to, like... Yeah. kind of like Clerks and stuff like that.
I see.
It kind of fits in the same realm. But I haven't seen it in a very long time, but it does not surprise me that it would have some shit like that.
Yeah, you don't get art.
Apparently not. If we're gonna call that art, apparently not.
All right, so going off cults first, might as well. Yeah. I'm probably gonna do this in from least, like, like accessories, into articles of clothing, into possibly regalia, and then the whole ass outfit.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're just doing this in a order. It's gonna get more zesty.
Ooh,
It's gonna get more
zesty.
feisty.
That's a good word.
You're gonna be like, ooh, maybe I should. And then wait, maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe. So I didn't know it was that detailed. I didn't
Mhm.
know it was like there. It goes from like accessories to like a whole ass outfit. Is it like a whole ass outfit, or you're like out of the club or cult?
No, it's more like a wow, that this guy be dressing.
So it's commitment.
It's the
Gotcha.
commitment. It's the commitment to the bit of trying to look fly as fuck.
So where did this topic like? Where did you get the idea to look into this?
I I heard about the Taliban having a specific sneaker that they wear, and I was like, I can't believe this. There's no way. There's no way in hell that this is a thing. And I looked up. Sure enough, yeah. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
In a while here. They have their own sneaker, and it looks fly as fuck, and they be dressing. But
oh man, I see. So I thought when you pitched this idea, I thought it was because of the Donald Trump rallies after he got quote unquote shot. Because I don't know if you saw pictures, because now I'm like wondering if you even saw pictures. There was people that went to those rallies wearing ear bandages.
Yeah, I definitely saw
that.
That.
I was like, they just decided like we stand with Trump,
right.
And so I was like, is that why? Like, I was like,
well, this is fashion. This is
yeah, the ear bandage is not fashion.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna and it's not fashion. That's just a weird political statement.
Definitely.
I am talking specifically about cults, dictators, terrorists that be fucking dressing.
Gotcha.
That are looking drippy as fuck. They're just out here.
So like you kind of have a little bit of respect for the way
a little bit of respect
because they dress like pretty fly.
A little respect. It's just like wow, the Joker loves to do genocide, but man, he be dressing. Is the vibe I'm going for.
Yes. Okay, I'm here for it. I'm excited. And I'm a little nervous.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw you into the shallow end first.
Okay.
The first article, little accessory, if you will, of clothing that we'll be talking about is the lead mask.
A lead mask?
A lead mask.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's made out of lead because this takes place in Brazil and in the 60s, so that was probably like caveman stuff.
Yeah.
The lead mask mystery. If you haven't heard about this, basically, it was a very small possible cult in Brazil in the late 60s, 1966 to be precise. 2 Brazilian electronic techs were found dead in some hills.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what electronics were out there back then. Maybe like radios, radar.
Yeah, that seems like radar satellites or some shit. Like so, but they didn't. Did
maybe
they
a toaster?
What a toaster!
Yeah.
They just had to make some toast really quick.
Yeah. They were found on these called a mountain called Ventum Hill. It's possibly a mountain. I'm not a land surveyor.
Yeah.
It's called a hill, but it looks like a mountain. I can't read elevation maps. I'm not a cartographer.
You're not a
cartographer? Yeah, if you can believe that.
I thought that you were. Wait.
I lied on my resume.
You lied. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
I'm just trying to get a job, dude. I'm just trying to get another job. I got that wreck. I'm just trying to get out, dude.
Someone asks you to like map out a neighborhood and you just draw a circle in some squares.
Cul-de-sac with a little
and you're like, here. And they're like asking to.
They're like, it's perfect.
They're like, great. Could you draw the main lines? And then you like, and you just do 2 little lines.
I would draw like a mane, like a lion mane around it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, just draw like a little cat face in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's hilarious.
All right. So these 2 were found by a small boy flying a kite.
Wait, okay. So these 2 tech people died in a mountain / hill.
Yeah.
Near a boy with a car.
The boy found the 2 bodies.
Oh, the boy found the kite. Okay.
They don't know how long they were out there for,
Mm-hmm.
because they were like already too decomposed for like
Oh, I gotcha.
the people to try and do an investigation on it. So like it's all just fucked. Like you have no
Gotcha.
idea what was happening there. So there's no full I forgot what it's called. Full like answers. There's no answers. That's why it's called a
Gotcha.
mystery.
A mystery.
It's a mystery.
The lead mask mystery.
The lead mask mystery. So, obviously police, uh firefighters or whatever they have over there all came
Mm-hmm.
and got them down from the hill. It took them 2 days to get them
Oh,
up the
geez.
hill. Yeah. There were two men sitting side by side wearing suits covered in big overcoats.
Okay.
But the craziest part was the eerie
Mm-hmm.
glasses that they were found wearing.
They were so just so I
The
can make
lead
sure I'm
mask.
following.
Mm-hmm.
So the two men that died, the
Mhm.
electronic guys,
Yes.
or the tech guys, not the electronic guys, the tech guys.
They were electronics technicians.
Gotcha,
Is
gotcha.
what they were like. I guess they like had like a garage where you can bring your shit in and like fix it up. I
I
guess is
see.
what.
So like they were like engineers or
Yeah, they
some shit.
understood like how to solder and stuff. I guess.
Cool. So, but they were in the woods in suits.
Yep.
With coveralls and a lead mask.
Like an overcoat. Big
an
overcoat.
Oh,
Yeah, big overcoat.
Oh, gotcha. And lead masks?
And lead mask. You can look at your first picture here.
Oh. Oh my. This image here of two men wearing glasses?
Yeah, I mean there's a picture before that, but yeah, that's pretty much that's just
gotcha.
that superimposed on the faces of the men.
Oh wow.
Spooky looking.
It is super eerie. And I don't know if it's strictly just because it like these images right now are in black and white. But like it's just that's and so is there so what's the like what else is there to this? Is that it?
Yeah, that's just it. The cool glasses. Cool ass glasses.
So how did this become like a conspiracy, or did it like morph into anything, or was
I
it
mean
just...
it's a mystery, but because the autopsy wasn't like they weren't able to do an autopsy on them because they're so like decomposed, because it took too long for the authorities to do anything with the bodies.
Yeah.
Not that the bodies were out in the elements for too long. It was,
Gotcha.
straight up like the authorities in charge like problem. So they couldn't figure out what happened to them. But there was also like, there's other little things that like kind of like tell you what was going on in that.
Yeah.
Other than like the crazy looking glasses made out of metal, they also found like wet towels and a bag full of like what would hold like capsules of a drug as well.
I see. So like you can probably paint a picture of what was going on, but like the mystery itself is, why are they dressed like that?
Yeah. But other than those two things, or two or three things that they found around the body, they also found a notebook.
A notebook.
A notebook.
Ooh.
That had a really spooky note in it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Translated from Spanish to English,
Oh.
it goes 1630, be at the specific location. 1830, ingest capsules. After the effect, protect metals await signal mask.
Oh shit. So they were thinking that like, okay, I'm gonna get into the mind of these guys. I'm gonna paint this picture for you guys. For anyone listening, based on what I just heard right now. They are trying to reach aliens. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Pretty much.
So like they were like, we're gonna take these drugs, our bodies are gonna be like phased into different like shit. But the aliens, man, they're coming from space, and they're bright. Space is bright.
It's so bright, even though it's dark as hell.
It's so bright. They're gonna come in and it's bright, so we need the mask. Because like if the aliens see us, maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's one of those things where like if they look at the aliens, they'll explode.
Hey yo, let her cook.
So like like there's some things like Gorgons, like Medusa. Like you look at Medusa and you're turned to stone. Maybe they thought some shit with that, but then like how they're trying to send a transmission. The aliens, if they look at them, they're gonna blow up. And so, but they took too much drugs. They didn't have the measurements right because they're not physicists. They're just engineers.
Well, physicists wouldn't help with drugs. The pharmacists, perhaps.
Pharmacists. That's true. So that is my guess on the mystery. You're welcome.
Yeah, I would those glasses, I want a pair of those just because they go pretty hard. You can't see shit.
Yeah.
But if you wore those during that Bored Apes party in China, those would go so fucking hard.
Bored apes?
You know what Bored Apes are?
I don't know what bored apes are.
Like one of those crypto scams.
Oh,
with those like monkeys.
Those like the images, like where you're literally spending millions of dollars on pixels.
Yeah, and they had a fucking party out in China somewhere, and a lot of them showed up, and apparently whoever did the lighting put in like UV lights.
Oh.
So like, it's like, whoa, it's all blue and stuff and shit like that. But it like ended up burning people's face, like giving people sunburn and burning people's corneas, and they couldn't see for like days.
Oh my god. So yeah, the lead masks would have helped.
That would have helped there. That would have been fucking hard.
Maybe not the sunburn, but
no.
definitely the
You would have had like those weird like the outline of the masks.
Of the eyes. That would have been crazy. That is insane. I didn't realize. So, like, obviously, I'm not stupid. UV, like the UV lights versus like
a tanning bed.
It's a tanning bed. But like, I never think about it because, like, when you think about black lights, like, you don't think that. I think
that's what they were looking for.
But they got something wrong.
They got UV lights, which were like blasting down and like fucking whipping around the whole entire thing, just burning people's eyes out.
Ooh.
Isn't that like fucking wild how like
you
could just buy something that you look at for millions of dollars, and then you go to this thing that's specifically for that.
Yes.
But then you get your eyes burned out so you can't look at it anymore.
Like
like
that is the ultimate, like the ultimate L in life.
Yeah, it can't get. That's so crazy.
I never understood the idea of like the apes, or I don't even remember what they're called, because they were called something specific, like the art. I'm gonna call it art because, but it's what's weird is that it was like they were just pictures of monkeys.
Yeah.
And it was like you could get different variations, and those variations were like worth less than the original one. And it's like, but they're just it's an AI, it's an image of a monkey.
Yeah.
And you were like, this is worth $1 million. Like, you went into your life and you were like, this is worth millions of dollars, like, to have this picture. And like, it's just a picture. It's just a picture online. And what's worse is I'm pretty sure it loses value if you even try to impose it on some sort of canvas.
Well, yeah.
Because it's like all on, like, but I don't, to me.
Because now there's more of it.
Yes, but I don't even really fully understand cryptocurrency. If like you want to,
maybe we'll do it.
I was about to say, if you want to,
I can definitely
like,
do that one.
I don't even fully understand that, but like it doesn't make any sense to me to lend thought to stuff that's not tangible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I can definitely make a video on that.
That's my thought. But the lead glasses seem great, and yeah, to get your corneas burned out for the sake of fake art is kind of wild.
Yeah, that rules. I love it. It's divine. All right, on to the next one.
Okay.
We will be talking about Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. That's a specific cult.
It's a cult. It's an actual cult. That one is a supposed cult because like the last one was like a supposed cult just because it's like two guys doing something like really crazy.
Yeah.
It was also kind of based off of like maybe what a mystic was saying, like a town over, like a comet was supposed to come that night. So
people were putting two and two together on trying to say that like
those two were, yes.
Gotcha.
Those two were there because of that. But the mystic was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She's like, I don't know. I just stole your social security number.
I just read your tarot cards. Fuck you. Next one is Heaven's Gate. Much bigger cult. If we're going by deaths, this is 37 more deaths than the last one.
I guess there was just two people.
For a whopping 39 deaths.
Well, the only cult death that I know of is the one where he gave all of his cult followers Kool-Aid.
Jonestown.
Jim
Jones.
Yeah, that's the only cult that I know of, like, offhand, that, like, big death.
Yeah, people usually think of that one, and then they think of this one.
Heaven's
right
Gate.
after
Oh, okay,
this.
so like it goes Jonestown, Heaven's Gate.
And then
1,
maybe
2.
yeah, and then maybe Waco. Waco might be number 2 up there too, which is like
Okay.
that guy who had like a bunch of wives in this like house, and then like
Oh,
had a bunch of
yeah.
children, and then you know
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
fucked his own children and shit like
Ooh,
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, that makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, and then there was like a SWAT standoff for like days and days.
Oh yeah. That's
And
so
then,
brutal.
Yeah, and then the whole place burned down.
Well, that's good. Were they
Well,
in
no,
there?
they were in there. It's not good.
Okay, maybe not for the rest of the family, but
No.
for him.
I don't think all of them burned up, but like some of them got toasted.
Gotcha.
Anyway, going back to Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
It was a cult directed by their charismatic leader, Marshall Applewhite.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very successful musician with a degree in music, and ran like big church like music stuff.
Gotcha.
So he had a pretty good life, just hanging out, just doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was drafted.
He was like the war?
And no, there was no war going on. He was just drafted for some reason.
Oh,
to Austria in the U.S. Army.
So awkward.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why. The 60s were a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
50s and 60s were a little weird. He was drafted into the U.S. Army and kind of started failing downwards after coming home.
Gotcha.
He went to prison for 6 months for not returning his rental car, and after just being in there for 6 months, he got his like religious start.
He went to prison for not returning a rental car?
Just 6 months though. But I mean, it was like months that he didn't return the car, so he like stole the car.
Yeah, okay, stealing a car is crazy. But prison seems, because isn't prison worse than jail?
This is also like the 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't have a very good grasp on that time. But yeah, I wonder what would happen now if you just never returned a rental car.
Just fines.
Yeah, just money.
Yeah, pretty much just money. But that's where he started coming up with like new ideas for like his already pretty like substantial religious background.
Mm-hmm.
He started adding more to it because you probably just go a little bit crazy in prison.
Yeah, definitely.
This just happened to come out during the time of what in American history is called the New Age movement.
Oh.
Where you'll see a lot of these cults pop up.
Yeah.
Like, I'd wager probably Jim Jones with Jonestown is in there, as well as Waco, and all these are all coming out at the same time.
Stuff where like our society is progressing, but not like in a way that other people wanted.
It's this time where Americans are looking for other like outlets to their Christian, like they have Christian roots and they're looking for different like outlets to it, and they're adding like Buddhism and their Hinduism and just like other spirituality and like Native American crap in there, and
so people are starting to think differently than what like they were raised on, and people are like
Christianity mixed with those. Yes.
And people are freaking out.
Other than like not adding like Muslim stuff in there because there was a lot of Muslim hate there. So
I don't
know why. We'll get into that later, though.
Okay.
After building his new cult based on ancient aliens.
Aliens?
Yeah, pretty much. He just built it up on aliens.
Oh my
coming
goodness.
back and taking them home.
Oh.
He predicted the end of the world.
He did.
Yep, as all cult leaders do.
They always do.
That's a big trope. To escape this, he said there was a comet coming and they all need to leave this mortal plane and join the aliens on the comet that will take them to their world.
Okay, so the aliens are on the comet.
Yeah, and they're doing a drive-by. They're throwing out their hand.
Well, come grab us. Come on, grab on. Or they pull a Mean Girls where they're like, get in, loser. We're going to another universe.
Get in, loser.
Okay,
it was pretty much that. They were mean girling him. Anyway, the crime scene contained everyone OD'd in their bunk beds, sheets draped over them, but not draped fully over them.
Oh.
Because fully exposed, sticking out from underneath the covers.
Oh my god.
The Nike decades.
What? Nikes?
Oh yeah, that third picture is Applewhite.
That third picture is that's the cult
That's the
leader.
cult leader.
Okay.
The fourth picture is the crime scene.
I cannot wait to post these on Instagram. I can't wait. You guys, anyone listening who is wanting to follow along to all of these sick ass fashions and crazy fucking psychos who ran cults and thought really crazy things, they will be all on our podcast Instagram, our internet pod. You can search it up. I'm gonna post separate posts regarding to each point of this, but this is sick.
Not the horrific pictures. Not the
No,
horrific
no, no.
pictures.
Oh, there's
but
horrific
just
pictures in here.
The fashion,
Just
yeah.
the fish.
Yeah, just the fourth picture
Okay.
is horrific.
The Nikes,
The fifth picture,
they're black and white.
yeah.
They're crisp. They're clean,
yeah.
and they are like, this is so well done. Like the setup, if we're thinking theater, it's like chef's kiss. It's chef's kiss. Okay, so tell me about these sneakers.
They are the Nike Decades.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you try to buy the ones from the time that this happened,
yeah,
there's $5,000 to $6,000.
Holy shit!
But they did remake them, so you can just buy like normal Nike Decades.
Gotcha.
But it's not the same.
I see. So you can get a version of them. So do you know what the difference is between the two? Is it just the way that they're made? Just age.
Because you're buying them from that time to represent that you have them because of Heaven's Gate. That's the only reason you're buying them.
Are you a shoe guy?
Nope.
I'm not a shoe person either. I think like I tried to at some point in time, like it was like 5+ years back, I was into buying like some cool Vans till I realized that spending money on Vans is like $100 and some odd dollars a shoe, which isn't even close to Nike, because Nike's like $300 to $400.
They're not even comfortable, dude. Oh
no,
my God,
they're really not.
So angry.
But I have never understood people who are just like, shoes, that's where it's at, because when you're a true shoe connoisseur, you're not creasing your shoes. You're not stepping anywhere like outside. You're just collecting them.
You put them in a plastic case.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool hobby, actually.
Really?
Yeah, just because the designs and just like colors and just they're like a work of art. I'm not gonna say almost like a work, because they are a work of art in their own respect. And I can understand why people would appreciate it the same way that some people love Funko Pops.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I would be okay spending hundreds of dollars on like anime figures,
or just buying like prints from your like favorite artist or something like that. They're just like, they're cool to you because you're not gonna wear them, but like you're just looking at them as like a solid thing in front of you. And like, I like how the space is. I like the color. I like the line work and stuff like that.
I get that. I think it's crazy in some different outlet to be like, oh, that's what you're choosing to spend your money on. But people would say the same thing about me if I was like, oh, this is my manga collection, or this is like the figures I have. Everyone's just like, because I buy manga and I'm not reading it. I'm reading it online, but like I want to own it because it's like there's just something about owning something that you really love. So who am I to fucking judge? It's a collection, yeah. Who am I to judge how people spend their money? You know, I'm trying to buy a power figurine that's like $400.
Jesus. Yeah, I almost bought these shoes just for the bit.
That would have been so great. You would have like casually walked in here.
Yeah, I would have just you were just you're like, why are you wearing your shoes in my house?
Right? Like, Tipsy, you want to take your shoes off? And you're like, I actually don't want to take my shoes off.
No, these are crisp. No, thank you.
No, they look great. I love a clean black and white look. I'm not going to lie.
They're really nice.
It's black shoes, white Nike accent. It's just, it's
white sole. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very clean, very crisp. And honestly, being draped over in black and purple cloth is also kind of a vibe.
With your sneakers hanging out? Hell yeah, dude.
Kind of a vibe. All right, Applegate or whoever you are.
You got it.
I see you.
You might have done some horrific things and convinced some really mentally unhealthy people to go to their own death, but dude, you be dressing.
You be
He's
you got that
dripping.
drip. Yeah, you got that drip.
This guy's ranch because he is fucking.
Okay, I'm gonna rate these.
Okay.
Okay,
That's a cool
so
little feature.
far, like we'll do
The
S
lead
tier,
glasses.
S tier,
Oh,
F tier.
okay.
So the lead glasses, we'll go ahead and retroactively rate. I'm gonna put those in C tier, middle. We don't really know a lot about it,
Okay.
and it's just eyewear. So like at the very least, like it's cool in some aspects, you know.
Oh, man, you know what? I fucked up. I should have done Kanye glasses. That's pretty much a cult. That's pretty much a cult, isn't it?
Oh, dude, wait, are those the little shutter ones?
Yeah, the shutter glasses.
Oh, those ones are all over in Party City.
Damn, I could have talked about Ye for like 10 minutes. Anyway.
All right, and then so the Nikes, I'm gonna put them in A tier.
Hell yeah.
I feel like there's still better stuff to come, but they're pretty clean. They're pretty crisp.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I might actually buy the new ones.
They look great. I mean, they're one of those where it's like, you know, if you just want to like have fly shoes on, like I picture Nikes as like you could be wearing like a trash bag, but if you have Nikes on, you're at least making a statement.
Yeah, you could just be wearing like a purple smock over you and the Nikes.
And just the Nikes. Yep.
All right, on to the next one. We're just gonna keep chugging forward with Colts.
Okay.
There's a stay the course. The next one is Mormon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I ran that joke by my partner.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's a good one." I was like, "Yeah, okay." That's not offensive.
It's got the approval.
Yeah,
I
so
love
I can
that.
say it. I can call them a cult.
Yes. No, honestly, I feel like they are. I feel like they are. They came to my house on the past Sunday.
Well, I'm about to explain to you why I think they are.
Okay.
Mormonism is an offshoot of Christianity that's centralized in the worst part of America.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's the worst part of America?
Utah.
Ooh.
Easy Utah.
Yeah. I've
Salt
never
Lake
heard...
City in particular.
I see.
It's like Christianity, but just with extra steps. Like it's all the same things, but it's just added more.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking to yourself, Tipsy, why are you talking like you have some authority on the matter? Like what do you
I do.
What do you know? What are you hiding?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. How do you know that?
For this presentation, I read the whole Mormon Bible.
That is...
I bought it and read all of it.
So, okay. I did not know that there was a specific Mormon Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Is that what this picture is for? This picture of scary white men looking at me, holding. Mormons. So here's the thing.
Mormons. What do you mean scary?
Okay, but one of them is holding an actual Bible. One of them is holding a tablet, and then one there's a. Why are the women in the back hardly seen?
You know why the women.
I don't want to know why the women.
That's all their wives.
Okay, so we all know the classic, and so is this going to be regarding what they're wearing? Because I thought that was Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about that. I'm about to just drop some knowledge.
Okay.
On things people think about the Mormons. About to drop some knowledge.
Okay.
But back on, we're just going to talk about more of Mormonism for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, it's Christianity with extra steps. Some guy named Joseph Smith, who read these ancient gold plates that were sent down from God above.
Oh.
Deciphered them with the seeing stone.
Oh, what?
And came up with a New Testament on how everything should go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Joseph Smith also in America. In some place, somewhere up north.
Gotcha.
I didn't look. I didn't care that much to look into
it.
So everybody in his town was like, "Oh, I want to see the seeing stone and the gold plates that God brought to you."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Well, I guess I can dig them up because God instructed me to bury them. Very deep, and but yeah, I can go dig them up." So he digs up the spot.
Okay.
And there's no gold plates.
Oh no! What happened to the gold plates?
God took them back.
God took them back.
God took them back.
So God giveth and God taketh away.
Anyway, that's why I kind of consider them a cult.
Yeah, because you've got this man that's like that his whole history sounds like the plot of like an Indiana Jones movie, and he's just like, yeah, man, I got this seeing stone, and like there's these plates and they say everything.
This just reminds me of that kid in like your 3rd grade class who's like, you can unlock Sonic and Super Smash Bros. Melee, and you're like, no, you can't. And you're like, yeah, you can. I have it on my game. And it's like you come over to their house and you're like, I want to see the Sonic, and they're like, well,
it's not. Oh, someone must be somebody's safe.
Nintendo took it.
Oh, fucking
they hacked
Nintendo.
Me.
That's so real.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. I did not know that. I thought Mormon was just like Christianity on steroids. I didn't know that it had like this big of lore where somebody was just like, no, this happened, and people were like, let's see it, and he's like, oh,
it's actually recorded history where they're just like, okay, so you're just lying then. He's like, no.
He's like, no.
And pictures. And then some people believed them, and then they got like harassed and probably killed, because that's how America is. And so that's why they fled to Utah. And because there were there were so few men, that's why they started taking on extra wives and stuff like that. So I gotcha. It's just to bring back their numbers.
Okay.
But in recent times, some traditionalists keep that like many wives.
Oh, okay.
Thing. Even though like Mormons as a whole don't believe that anymore. They just did that just to survive.
Oh, because if I remember growing up, the running like bit on Mormons was that like if you had multiple wives, you were Mormon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that was just so that the Mormons didn't die out.
Mm-hmm. Because they like had to flee to pretty much the other side of the country.
Gotcha.
And then their numbers were so few, they just had to kind of do that. And then after they, grew and they became like a whole thing, like a proper cult, they stopped. But some sects don't do, they're just traditionalist, and they believe that's the way to do it. Yeah,
I see. Okay, that makes sense, because I know that like there are some people that are just like, this is my 6th wife, and like there's TV shows or reality TV shows on shit like that.
They're polyamorous, but not in a cool way.
In a cool way.
Yeah.
In a I'm a man, I control you way.
yeah. It's a manipulative, terrible, religious based way.
So anyway, we're talking about Mormons.
Yeah, we're talking about Mormons. I'm gonna hit you with some hard truths about, like, I already hit you with that. That's why they have many wives. Some of them, small amount.
Yeah, some
do
of them.
That. The other one is the Mormon underwear.
There's underwear specific for Mormons.
You've never heard about the Mormon underwear?
No, I've not heard about the Mormon underwear.
Yeah, people usually just like chalk it up to, they're wearing like whitey tighties. That's like blessed by their priest or whatever.
Oh, it's like it's that deep?
That's the running joke. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Mormon underwear like, is it like kosher? It's like, what is it?
My
had to like
God.
leave it out in the sun for like 10 days so God can bless it. But it's Mormon underwear, for people who don't know, is pretty much not that at all. It is literally just if you want to go down past the smiling white people.
The smiling men.
Mormon underwear just refers to always having undergarments on other than procreating, bathing, and that's about it. Like, you just have to be wearing those at least.
So like if you're never ever gonna be caught naked unless you're bathing or you're having sex.
Exactly.
This underwear is wild.
Having sex to
make procreate. A baby. That's right. The underwear stays on.
That's why I'm saying polyamory, but not cool.
Not cool. The underwear stays on during foreplay.
Yeah, you think of it, it's kind of like they look for the people at home not looking at the picture. It's kind of like Little House on the Prairie,
Yeah.
but modernized, like undergarments, if you can imagine that.
I feel like you could, like, if I was going to think about this in 21st century type fashion, you could almost repurpose this as like their bodysuits, and like you
Mhm.
would just be accessorizing like
Exactly.
the although
Mhm.
like the men one is very so focused on like there's a clear package area that,
Mhm. Yeah.
so like he would obviously
Got the
need,
support, dude.
yeah, he would need like a waist like thing, like a, you know how like
You know those balls are always full. They have to have some support.
yeah, but it just looks, it's less than long johns
Mhm.
because it's not covering your whole, like your entire body.
Mhm.
It's just covering, from what I'm seeing in this picture, your parts, like the
Mhm.
important parts that no one else but God is supposed to see.
Like, you would if you were Mormon and you were caught wearing like, just only in this, you would feel indecent.
Yeah.
But this is almost just like wearing shorts and a shirt to just
Yeah, pretty
normal
much.
people.
Yeah. I wonder if this is still in practice today.
I'm
Like,
sure it
because
is.
there's Mormons now, but and I feel like they still kind of hold those same ideals of like, you know, don't be caught in any way. Like, make sure you're always going to be
Mhm.
respectable in some way. And then just like to know that people would have to wear this or be forced to wear this, because I think the idea in general of anybody being forced to wear something, like
Mhm.
even if it's as
Well, the
cool as
women are being
like,
forced to wear things,
that's true.
first of
The
all.
women.
Second of all, I mean, again, it's there's traditionalists out there that are
Yeah.
doing this still, and there's some that are just like, I'm Mormon. I just go to Mormon church, but I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not uh hoping that the seagulls like that we're praying for the seagulls to take out the crickets every night. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
It's like I'm just I'm just participating in my like beliefs and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the traditionalists are what are ruining it for
They
everybody
ruin it,
because they
man.
just have to be so loud about it. You just don't have to be that loud about it. It's
That's
just
true. That's so based because that is what people cling on. I mean, like, stereotypes happen for a reason, and it's those people that uphold that stuff and don't give it a good name. Like, you know, it's like, oh, it's almost as if you're holding these women hostage. Like, just let them go.
well, I
Just
mean,
have the
because
one
of their
wife.
religion, they also don't think they're being held hostage. So I mean,
I guess
who could
that's
tell?
true.
Who could
You
say? Who could say?
Who can
It's
say?
not up to me.
Mormons are
It's up
crazy.
to them and anime women and God.
That is so true. That is so true.
Oh, all right. Moving on from Mormons,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about the group that got this all started,
Yes.
the Taliban.
Now you've mentioned this a lot.
Yeah,
So these sneakers better be fucking
they are
sick nasty.
fucking. They are so drippy. I have a daily struggle, or like a week, or yeah, weekly struggle, I guess, because I get paid every
Mhm.
week. Of using my own money to buy these sneakers, but
Oh.
then coming to the realization that I will be put on so many lists so quickly, or I
That,
cannot
yes.
like. I mean, I'm already harassed every time I get on a plane. Like I get searched every single time.
That's so shitty.
Yeah. I get searched every time anyway, but I think this would just make me unflyable. I wouldn't be able to fly anymore.
Do you think that there's records specifically regarding like Taliban, like the airport security has like, oh, if they're wearing these sneakers, they're associated with this? Like, you think it's that deep?
Oh, I'm no, they probably just have a tag on the website. So if you buy it from
Oh,
like service, then you're doomed.
gotcha. So
But yeah,
you gotta be sneaky.
you sneaky sneaker.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So we'll get into the Taliban. We'll get some backstory on them,
Okay.
just so you can understand why I'm so I could buy I wanna buy these, but I can't. The Taliban is a terrorist organization, with the roots centralized in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Back when the Soviet Union tried to take control over, Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
America was trying to stop the spread of communism throughout the whole entire world.
Yeah.
So their little fix for that was trying to make a guerrilla force out of the Afghani people
Gotcha.
without being like without America directly being.
So we weren't going to be involved, but we were going to give we were going to like just send tips to like the Afghans.
It's kind of like what we did in Vietnam.
Gotcha.
So it's like we had soldiers out there training civilians and you know, a couple of like ace fighters fighting alongside them.
Yeah.
So just to stop the Soviet Union from invading and spreading communism. America was pretty successful in doing that because, you know, they were never part of the Soviet Union.
Yep.
And they became a guerrilla group called the Mujahideen.
Ooh, okay.
Which a lot of people were like, Americans, you know, back in the day were like, oh yeah, they were like so brave. They're so they're so cool out there in the desert.
We respected them in the beginning.
Yeah, they're just so great. There's even, I think in Rambo 1 or 2, there's even at the very end of the movie, it's like this movie is dedicated to the
Wow. Just for them to turn on us, man.
Yep. There's even like a pretty cool Call of Duty mission. If you don't believe me, I think it's in the Call of Duty Black Ops 2, 1.
I see. I'm not a Call of Duty fan. I feel like the atmosphere doesn't bode well for me as a woman. And it is not ideal. It's not something that I'm like actively ever would want to try to find myself is in a Call of Duty lobby. But I do watch clips of people who play Call of Duty because sometimes like they're the people who get really, really like aggro and like just toxic as fuck. And when I start to get really mad and aggro, I start to cry. And so there's no room for me in COD. So but I don't doubt because I one of the aspects I do like about COD is that it feels very realistic to like actual war scenario.
Yeah, it's their part of their story mode back in the day.
Gotcha.
It's, if you guys are wondering at home, it's the one with the one of you makes a big speech. And then you all get on horses and run towards like a group of tanks and just fucking take them out.
Like Attack on Titan?
Yeah, it rules. It fucking rules. It's probably one of my top like 3 favorite missions ever made in Call of Duty.
Okay.
It's so fucking cool. But you know, times change, people change, stuff like that. There's always been like, just because they're like, you know, it's a Muslim religion, stuff like that.
So prejudice has existed. 9/11 heightened everything.
Christianity is always going to be in total conflict with Muslims just because there's something in scripture where they talk about like the 2 sons of Abraham and stuff like that. They're always going to be divided.
Yeah.
Even though they like, if you put 2 of the traditionalists together, like from each side and made them talk to each other, they'd be like, oh, we are the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
We don't want our women to be floozies. We men rule everything.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit.
All the ideals of these types of people, they're all going to be the same no matter what. And yet because the culture is different, that's where we bust heads for some reason.
So it's always been like that. 9/11 obviously, shit like that. It's the Taliban. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know where this came up. I tried looking up why. But they're fucking drippy.
The shoes.
The shoes. We're back to the shoes. We're looking at the Taliban's service cheetahs.
Oh shit. So when you're saying like you tried to look it up, like there was no rhyme or reason to why these shoes existed on there?
Not one that someone could just like pick out.
Gotcha. But like for
Other than they're sick as hell.
For sure these shoes are on the Taliban people.
Yeah. Did you look at the soldier picture?
Yeah, dude. This is crazy.
They're all wearing them. They're so cool as fuck. And now look at the actual shoe.
The shoes look kind of so I'm gonna paint a word picture. I forgot to rate Mormon underwear. I'll do this after the shoes.
I'm sure it's not very high.
So for people who are wondering about the Taliban shoes, because that's a sentence I thought I would say in my lifetime. The cheetah, they're 90s aesthetic. Very, very retro.
Very Marty McFly.
Very Marty McFly. High tops, flat-ish soles.
white
all over with accent colors of like some green, some yellow. This picture has one of them that's laceless, which is kind of a vibe. The other one has laces too, so it's kind of like if you ever were in high school and you did the weird lace trick to your shoes where you didn't actually tie your shoes but they were tight enough ish but also loose to wear for like etnies or Vans or some shit. It's kind of how you would run this. But yeah, they're high tops. They're very like they're almost Nike-esque in the way that they look, but retro. And I think because retro is such a good style just now in 2024, like I find myself being like, fuck yeah, let's buy some of these. Let's fucking buy some of these.
The new Alien movie's coming out, so everybody's like trying to get those like those alien shoes that what's her name wore? Sigourney Weaver wore. Yeah, and these are like right up that alley. Definitely. They're so fucking cool, and I have to stop myself every day from buying them.
Yes, we do not want to be blacklisted here. That would be very, very bad. But that's crazy. Like, yeah, you would never think like an organization like that's in the desert or like that is walking a shit ton because like
or just centralized in a place where you wouldn't think modern appearances is such a big deal.
Exactly. And I don't think like because like we were talking about Nikes, these shoes also don't look very comfortable. So it's like you're wearing these shoes for so long, so many days, walking, standing,
killing people in them, cutting people's heads off.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if you get blood on them? They're all white. Come on, man. So like,
they also come in black.
Oh, they come.
But these
are
the ones that are like
these are the standard issue.
These are standard issue.
You have to be a commander to get the black ones.
Commander gets the black one.
You have to be a high-ranking officer. No, these are sick. I'm gonna put these. Okay, I'm gonna change my mind. I think the Nike ones look a little bit better than the Taliban ones. I know we might fight on that.
Okay.
That's just something we're gonna have to work with.
I'd probably wear I'd wear the Heaven's Gates ones more than I would these. These would be my going out bar shoes.
Yeah, I do think that as much as I like the Nike ones more, I think I would still put the Taliban sneakers in S tier.
Yeah,
I would put them in S tier because the style and the color and everything just looks really, really good. And Nikes, they're just so plain.
Yeah,
and it's just like what? So a bunch of people died wearing them. Like okay, but like
the Taliban's killed so much more people.
That's not where I was going with that.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But no, it's more so like so you didn't get a lot of use out of the Nikes versus like you're really making you walk these from cheetahs the store work.
To the bunk
bed. And then the Mormon underwear, you're very much right. I'm gonna put that in F tier because that is ridiculous. Like I would imagine how like if we're gonna think about it, you've seen Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, right? That's where I think Mormonism kind of is like to the extreme, right? Like for televised Mormonism,
the traditional radical ones. Yes,
they wore long sleeve dresses. They lived where they were kidnapped in a bunker.
Yeah,
they braided their hair. Wearing that type of underwear, you'd get hot as shit. You'd be so hot and uncomfortable. And as a woman, you know what?
It's 90 degrees outside every day now.
Exactly. And like I'm saying, as a woman, you wouldn't be able to say shit. You would have to hold your tongue. It's a speak when spoken to world. And you're sweating through your fucking underwear. No thanks. That's F tier.
F tier.
But these Taliban sneakers is S tier.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I needed that. I'm going to buy them now.
Don't do it.
I don't need a vacation anymore. I'll just drive wherever I need to go.
I only take staycations anyway.
All right, on to the next one. The last one. The drippiest motherfucker because he uses a whole country's population to his disposal.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Good Lord.
I hate him to death. I hate what he does to his people, but this man is the drippiest motherfucker I have ever come across.
Some of the images I've seen of him, he stays styling.
Yeah.
Like so the way that I'll equate it is there's a bunch of like stuff going on with Mr. Beast right now, and there's one girl specifically who is Nerdy Nummies, Rosanna Pansino. She's a YouTuber. She does baking, but she's like exposing his shit. Like she's being sent stuff and she's exposing. And I watch a T channel on the stuff that she like does to get his commentary.
Is that all the Beast drama that's happening right now?
Yeah,
other than his like
Mr. Beast stuff for his Amazon show. Yeah. And so he always starts it off with like, one thing we know is her hair's gonna be done, her makeup's gonna be perfect, and her outfit is gonna be stylish. Because it's like she's exposing, but she's gonna fucking look good while she's doing it. She's not gonna be these unmakeuped or disheveled women talking about all the shit that's happening with the biggest YouTube creator.
Yeah, or like doing an apology video with a ukulele.
Oh. Maybe I'll dive into that one day because I have all of the lore on that, and that is in my brain.
I have like half of it, but I fucking love that video so much. I think about the toxic gossip train at least once a week.
Yeah.
It's gonna stick with. It's gonna be one of the last images I see before I die. Anyway, on to this other piece of garbage.
Yeah, she's a close second to who this guy is. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Kim Jong Un. Yeah, cunty Kim Jong.
Cunty Kim Jong Un, man.
Starving his own people to live lavishly. Pretty much just took power in 2012 as a supreme leader of North Korea. He's the commander-in-chief, leader of the army, like all of it, pretty much all of it, totalitarian regime. Just because the cult of personality that his grandfather was, a lot of people respect his grandfather because he was like very like trying to modernize everything and stuff like that. But obviously that's not happening anymore.
Yup.
He's believed to kill a bunch of higher ups just to like seize his whole power because as
he's one of those.
As they do, he killed his own uncle and own younger brother. I don't have to say possibly. Like I don't have to say like, oh, he possibly did that.
Allegedly.
He allegedly did that. No, he fucking did that. Come after me.
Yeah,
fuck you.
Come find us.
Yeah, come find me.
So he's scum of the earth, but even scum has to dress decently when you're running a whole country.
Yeah. While he's trying to facade the rest of the trying to put up a facade to the rest of the world that like his country is under control by making fake grocery stores. Oof, and making it look like people live comfortably in lavish apartments. He's actually using that money to fuel his own narcissism and just
tyranny.
Yeah, just tyranny, just making himself feel great. We can just start with the first picture here.
Okay.
It's just him, just sitting at a table. That's just what he looks like.
Yeah.
We'll move on to his next picture. His commander-in-chief.
The white and gold kind of hits.
Yeah, the vanilla is pretty nice. If my people thought I was a god,
you would dress like this?
I would dress like this.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would have the audacity to dress in like vanilla and gold.
It's pretty snazzy. I think white and gold, vanilla and gold are always just such a staple. Like they just go so well together. It offers a nice crisp look. The gold is a nice accent color. Like it is not too flashy, but still flashy enough to show that you are in power.
That you are in power. The next one is him just wearing a normal everyday suit.
It's an L for me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Maybe it's because of how happy he is. I think that offsets it for me.
I don't like it. I just wanted it to be I don't like any part of that picture in this one.
Yeah.
But if you want to move on to the next picture, I like everything about this picture.
What the heck? Why are those hats so big?
Yeah, he looks like if you took the old man and the main character from the first Jurassic Park and mixed them into the same man.
Yes. Dude.
But make him Asian.
Yeah. I will say the casual look is nice.
Dude, I love that fucking shit.
I would rock this. A
I would
nice
wear
white
this shit.
tee, gray slacks with a fucking straw hat. Give me a fucking cane with an amber mosquito on top of it, and you bet I will slay.
Fuck yeah.
Help me open a fucking theme park. But no, let me.
It's screaming, help me open a theme park.
I need to know about these hats, though. Do you have any, like, this? These uniforms look ridiculous to the soldiers behind him.
Well, obviously he takes a lot of, he loves even though, you know, he despises the rest of the world to everybody, like his own like country, he fucking loves the West. He loves America so much. It's just like, it's exactly like that, how that movie is with James Franco and Seth
oh wait, okay, I never saw it. It's called The Interview.
Yeah, The
right?
Interview. That movie fucking rules. You need to watch it. That movie is so fucking funny.
Don't they interview Kim Jong-un or Jong-un or some shit?
It's not him, really.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's Jesus Christ. It's Asian Jim from The Office.
Oh,
he plays Kim Jong-un.
That is a role, dude. That's a role. Can you want to put that on your resume?
Hell yeah, because that put him on the map for me, and I was like, hell yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah,
he's up there with the other Kim Jong.
Oh,
the one who forgot what his name is. Kim Jong. I think it's just Kim Jong. He's like that comedian Asian guy. He's the in Hangover. He's the Asian guy.
Oh, the dude who's like an actual doctor or some shit. That's also an actor.
Yeah, he was a doctor.
He's cool as shit.
Kaiser Permanente.
Nice.
And then he got into acting. He's funny
I like that.
fuck.
He's cool.
also cool.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next Kim Jong.
Oh,
picture.
A nice black leather.
There's actually a proven story behind this one.
Okay.
He went into like a leather jacket era.
Oh.
And would fucking murder anyone else who was
so no one else could wear.
No one else could wear
leather jackets.
Okay. But then once he realized like he didn't want to wear them anymore, he's just like, okay, we're on to the next one. He made his people start wearing leather jackets.
Oh.
He also does the same thing with his haircuts.
So people have to have the same haircut as him?
If you have the same haircut as him, then he will kill you.
Oh.
But when he's tired of that haircut and moves on to a next one, then he makes everybody have the same haircut.
That's so weird. That is such a weird ideal. And like that's like
he's just a trendsetter. What do you mean?
But here's the okay, look, a trendsetter. You know how trends get started? Other people wear your stuff. When you fucking kill the people that wear them, like that's insane. No, you know what this leather jacket picture shows me? Is that Kim Jong-un was in a Sex and the City phase. He was currently watching Sex and the City.
I know nothing about Sex. Is that like a thing? They wear leather?
Well, it's very jackets. 90s, 2000s. This is very 90s, 2000s coded. It even
the next
kind
picture,
of has
the next picture, you'll be like, okay, yeah.
And his hair is slicked back. That's a very Miranda move.
It's a Miranda move.
Do you know? Okay, do you want to know about Sex and the City?
I don't think I do.
We're doing it. But Kim Jong-un right now is serving Sex and the City.
So the next next picture.
Oh, okay. And he's got his posse behind him. Dude, I like those coats with the fur lining or with the fur collar.
Yeah.
He still looks, he looks very Sex in the City. That black leather trench coat was all that they were wearing in like the late 90s and the early 2000s. I would also be up for rewatching Sex in the City too, because it is as it is. It's just a nice HBO show that's about Sex in the City. They tried to do a very awful revamp and it didn't get many views.
Oh Lord.
But it also led me to a topic, like just to be thinking about it, because I feel like they do this where it's old like 90s 2000s TV shows that get revamped and try to fix their non-wokeness. Because Gilmore Girls did it with one of the main characters becoming gay, even though it was like you kind of thought it, but like they did what they could to make it not that way. And same with Sex and the City. Sex and the City, there's trans issues, there's queer issues, like, but none of that was really touched in a very good way in the original show. And it's like, okay, so like shows that revamp are like, shit, we got to do this right. Like we have to fix our mistakes. And that just like made me think about it. But yeah, Kim Jong-un watched Sex and the City for that time that he was wearing a leather jacket, and he was in his Miranda era. And he then got mad because no one else can be when you have. So there's there's 4 girls in Sex and the City. You can be a Miranda, a Charlotte, a Carrie, or a Samantha.
Okay.
And Kim Jong-un chose Miranda, and anybody else who was wearing leather jackets, they chose Miranda. And honestly, there can't be multiple Mirandas. There can only be one Miranda.
There can only be one Miranda.
There can only be one Miranda. And he just had to take action. He didn't take very good action because he obviously didn't understand that there can be more than one Miranda.
Right.
That's why there's multiple people in the world.
And this trend is also 30 years old.
Exactly. He's not up on the times.
Yeah.
He's watching old school HBO, and he was in Miranda era, and now he's not.
All right. So how do you rank his normal wear? That like black weird suit.
That black weird suit is very, very low for me. That's F tier. If there was anything below an F tier, 100%. Because no pinstripes, no like any embellishments.
Pinstripes.
Dude, you're a fucking dictator. If you're gonna be a dictator, dress like it.
Red tie, white shirt, pinstripe. That one went so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. On to the next one. The Jurassic Park look.
Okay, the Jurassic Park look, that is a slay. That's something that I would wear. That's A tier.
It's A tier.
He gets
what stops it from being S tier?
Kim Jong-un. He's wearing it.
It's just him.
His stupid fucking face. His stupid fucking face. Because, like, come the fuck on. Like, look how happy he is. Like, what did you just do? Fart? Like, come on. Like, no.
He can't. They don't flatulate or shit.
They're just not allowed.
He's not allowed.
He's not,
because he's a god.
Oh, well, not just like
he
that.
He doesn't shit or fart or piss.
I see. Okay. Well, he looks too happy. His stupid face is ruining it for me. But I could see myself wearing it. Hence, it's A tier.
Yeah. All right, and on to his Miranda era. His
Miranda era is S tier, dude. That's fucking S tier. Solely because of the little thing that I made up.
Fuck, dude. The Taliban cheetahs and the Miranda era Kim Jong-un made it to S tier.
I think.
How can I let this happen?
He's never looked better, honestly, than the leather jacket era. He should have kept the leather jacket era.
Yeah, he's out of that now.
What's worse is it fits perfectly into his villain, like his whole villain aspect.
Got the villain vibes.
Villain vibes.
Shout out
Miranda villain vibes.
Villain vibes. All right, with the tier list done.
Yes.
In conclusion, I felt like this was a good topic just because some of it's modern, some of it comes back. History repeats itself. Sometimes, maybe we'll start wearing lead glasses or wearing cheetahs. Like in real life, but for now they're drenched in terrorism, cult activity,
and genocide,
apartheid, whatever kind of "ide" you want. But it's definitely one of those things where you like look back and you're like, oh man, the bad guy always looks so cool. The worst people always look so cool sometimes, like fucking like Sephiroth or like.
Yeah, Sylvanas in World of Warcraft, she's sexy as shit, but she is a bad guy, and it has to be because of the allure of evil. Like allure is a big product of like come to the dark side. It was the same thing with like Jedi and stuff like that. Like with Star Wars, it was like if you leave the Jedi and you become a part of the dark side, you can have feelings, you can love, you can have a family,
you can fuck.
Yeah, like you can do all that stuff. And
but then you also look cool as hell.
Yeah. It's like you can wear black and have a red lightsaber. Like that's super great. It's like there's a lot of allure that comes with atrocities when it comes to like looking good. Because the idea of being able to just do whatever the fuck you want and not care about consequences. But if you're a real human being, you understand that like they're atrocities and these people are atrocious and they need to, like the cult leaders, just making you force yourself to your ideals, all of the other people that believe in genocide and all of that stuff. The subjects are not what we're talking about because they do not deserve the light of day. But the fashion does.
But the
fashion does.
You need to put a little respect on their name for the fashion, unfortunately. I could have went into Jim Jones as well, but I thought that would have ran over.
I thought Jim Jones, they just were like kind of casual.
He wore suits, but he wore like really nice, like he looked spiffy as hell. He had like the Elvis hair going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looked cool as hell. Terrible human being.
Yeah.
You should probably, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up just Jonestown. Lord, that shit is where you get like the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
It is the most horrendous thing I've heard in a long time. But he be dressing.
Yeah,
he do be dressing.
These fucking villains, man, they're dressing. That's why, you know, Taylor Swift had her villain era and she dressed in all black and glitters and snakes and shit, and like it was hot. Like villains in movies.
Yeah, like
kind of hot.
Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Ursula.
Hot as hell.
Kind of hot. Villains are hot. The fashion is what matters. Remember it. How do you feel about that topic?
I feel like we can cut some stuff. I feel like we should. There's gonna be a little cuts here and there, but other than that, I feel like I got my point across. There's some cool ass shit out there.
I agree.
That needs to come back into style.
I think the topic overall was good. I think this is the idea of just fashion in, I'm gonna call crazy people brain.
Evil fashion.
I think that it was just like, wait, there's fucking what now? And I just had to know more. It's like, if this ever comes up on a trivia question, I'm set. I'm set.
Yeah, you know all about Mormon underwear now.
I still just fucking awful. Mormon underwear, awful. All right, you want to close it up?
We'll close it up. We'll finish it here, folks. Thank you for listening to our internet podcast and something I'm really passionate about.
Fashion.
Cults. I mean, yeah, fashion. Fashion. I hope you enjoyed listening to both of us just fucking rant for about like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours, a while. Tune in next time. We'll have more to say about
teenage pregnancy.
Yeah, why is it teenage pregnancy with you? Always.
It's just what pops up on my feed, man. And I had to.
You ended the episode with teenage pregnancy last time. Why do you keep saying that?
You keep saying they keep making shows about teenage pregnancy.
You just want to talk about teenage pregnancy.
Where can they find you, Tipsy?
Okay, you can find me at Instagram, just at tipsy.ghoul. I don't do much else other than that. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at FebeAnime. And then you can find any of our podcast stuff on Twitter, Instagram, and anything else in the future will be at Our Internet Pod. We'll be posting pictures of all of the slays from this episode, so you're not going to want to miss seeing some of the fashion. Tipsy, thank you for telling me all about cult fashion.
Anytime.
I really appreciate it. It's something that is useless information, but I needed to know. Needed to know. And I will never remember it.
Jurassic Park is what you found from this.
I honestly think I might try to recreate some Jurassic Park fashion. Like, give me old man Amber Kane, man. I'm there.
All right, well, good night, good luck, goodbye.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Talking about dictators is awful.
Yeah.